Hello. I had my birthday yesterday. I haven't spoken to you in a number of days because it's been Chag and Shabbat, and it was very strange having my birthday on Shabbat because you don't get, a lot of the time nowadays the birthday wishes you get are via text or Facebook or Instagram or whatever else, and obviously there was just no connectivity. Although the only good thing, well, not the only good thing, there were many good things, but one of the good things was being here, because by the time Shabbat finished, it was only the morning. People were only just getting up in, the UK and Holland, so it actually was okay. I had a really, really, really lovely day, really lovely. We had a big family brunch, which was really nice, and then we played some games actually first, then I had some friends come round, some of whom, actually almost all of whom I haven't seen in about 5 years, so that was really nice. And then we sort of had a chill, that went quite long, so we only had about an hour or so before Shabbat ended, and then we had supper, and then we went out for bowling, which is like my yearly tradition. I didn't do particularly well, but I had fun, and I had the barriers up because I always bowl with the barriers up, but actually I think I only used them once in the entire sort of 10-round bowling thing. So I was pretty pleased with that, and now today I've had a relatively busy morning, and it's only going to get busier from here on in. It's about 1 o'clock now, we've just had lunch. And of all things, I have an audition I need to go to, which is crazy. I did not think that would be happening, but here we are. So I am going to get myself ready. The audition is at 4:30, and I'm going to leave here at 3, which will probably get me there, like a good 45 minutes to an hour before I need to be there. But because I'm really not confident, anyway, I like to get to my auditions early, but because I'm really not confident with where I'm going or how I'm getting there, I've got Google Maps, we'll manage, but I would just rather allow more time. And my brother has friends coming over at 2, so I'm going to do my vocal warm-up. I didn't realise this until about 5 minutes ago when he sent a message. So in my ideal world, I would have done my vocal warm-up like just before I left. But what we're going to do is we're going to do the vocal warm-ups now in the next 40 minutes, practice the song, all that jazz. And then I've also got a script, so I will go over the script once my friends, or his friends, sorry, are here, because then that's not as noisy. I'll practice the script, I'll get changed, I'll shower, I'll put on makeup, I'll do all the things, and then just be ready to go at 3. And maybe even have time to do some other things that I feel like I need to do, seeing as I've not been able to go online for about 4 days. I have caught up on all my birthday messages though, so that feels like a win, because that was a lot, which is nice, of course. I'm very grateful for that. It felt very nice to be, I don't want to say recognised, but to be thought about. And last night, on the way to bowling, I don't know what happened, but I could not stop coughing. I felt like there was something in my throat, but it didn't feel like something was stuck. It was just tickling my throat, and it got really, really bad to the point where I was convulsing almost. And luckily we stopped the car and, I got out and I breathed and it kind of settled itself. But what happened was that all my neck muscles and my tongue and all of everything really tensed up, and that's been sore since, and it's still sore now. It's not as bad as when I woke up. I tried to sort of stretch out my tongue and do some exercises and massage it, but I can still feel that there's a tension there. And obviously that's not what you want when you're going to be singing and you're doing an audition, but we'll manage. I'm going to really take the time. I've now got about probably 35 minutes before my brother's friends come. So I just need to take the time, really massage everything, stretch it out, warm it up properly, practice the song a number of times, and hope for the best, basically. The truth is, I'm able to very much, I think I've said this before, when I have auditions, I am usually able to find a reason why I might not want it, and that just helps make me less nervous and less stressed. And in this case, there's quite a big reason. Not that I wouldn't want it, obviously it would be awesome to get, and I do want it, of course, but at the same time, if I were to get it, it would uproot my life probably for about 6 to 8 months. So I can kind of rationalize it with okay, if I don't get it, at least life continues as normal. So we'll see what happens. I've also, sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but I have sorted through my jewellery, and I've shown my sister well, not all my jewellery, just the earrings, but I've let her pick the things she wants, and she did take a number of things, not loads, not as many as I would have liked her to take, but she did take some, which is good, and it means that I've got slightly less to have to log into wearing, which is good. That could be another thing I might do. I've got so many things I want to do. But the truth is, after today, I've then got I don't want to say a calmer week, because from Wednesday it's Chag again, but Monday, Tuesday is not as crazy. and the week after is also not. So like I need to rationalize to myself that actually these tasks will take probably less than an hour, everything I want to get done, and I'm gonna have plenty of time to do it. I just want to get it done. I just want to get it out of my mind. But yeah, I'm gonna get myself ready for the audition. I'll try and say hi before I actually leave so you can see me all dressed up. But I probably won't take you with me. In fact, I definitely won't take you with me. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I feel confident about it though, so that helps as well. All right, anyway, bye. Okay, this is the end result. I'm wearing tights, like theatre tights, and I'm gonna put on white fluffy socks with my boots because I have no other shoes with me except trainers. I'm wearing my black dress, which I've used for a number of auditions, although I prefer not to wear black if I can avoid it, but this one calls for black. I did bring my red dress just in case, but I think this show calls for black. I've got these earrings in, which I also wore at my graduation. I've had them for a while, not super long actually, but I feel like they just suit me. Hair is half up, half down, curly kinda, probably a little messy, we'll manage. Very basic makeup, I don't know if you can see it, the lighting's terrible, hold on. Spin you around to face the light. Just fairly basic makeup. And it's now 10 or 8 to 3, so I'm gonna get my shoes and socks on and go, I think. I'm not bringing loads with me. I'm bringing phone, keys, some money just in case I get lost somewhere, my go-to lipstick, although I always bring it with and I never end up topping up, but I have it with me, and a water bottle, and I think that's it, and a jumper. The weather's weird. I can't tell if I'm gonna be too hot or if I'm gonna be too cold. I won't be too cold, but I just don't know. I'll put these on as well. Like, I think that's what's gonna make me hot more than anything, is the tights with the socks with the boots. And I always get warm in this dress, but I think that's mostly just because I wear this dress to auditions. And I get warm from auditions or at auditions or on my way to auditions. But we're gonna be okay. Like I wasn't super nervous until now. Now I'm starting to feel it a little bit, but like probably in 2 hours it'll all be over and I'll either have done a good job or not. But hopefully it'll have been good. Hopefully this is not a good, fingers crossed. Let's go. Hello, I'm trying to get the lighting to work. It just isn't. I probably could put you on my window ledge, but then I have to take you off the tripod. It's a lot of work. I don't have a lot of time, so let's go. The audition went okay. It wasn't as good as I'd practiced many a time, which is very annoying and happens frequently. It's very frustrating because I can do better and I know I can. Anyway, I've just got home. I had some Biscoff cheesecake, which my mum made as my birthday cake, although she also made a pavlova. I had 2 birthday cakes. Actually, I should have had the pavlova. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what I was saying. I have had a busy day and I've got more to do. Yeah, I got home. I'm now gonna get changed and then I'm gonna go out again. It's busy. It's busy. And I haven't had a chance to do any of my admin stuff that I wanted to do, but hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday, hopefully. Right, I'm gonna get out of the whole get up. In fact, I can start by taking my earrings off and see you when I see you. Bye. Hello. Today is hot. It's about, when I last checked my phone, it was 31 degrees. Disgusting. I was gonna go for a run today, but it's just too hot. It's just too hot. I've had quite a busy morning and I'm finally now starting to get round to the stuff that I've been wanting to deal with, mainly to do with YouTube and clearing out my computer because I didn't bring my hard drive, which I said I was going to, and then ums and ahhed and at the last minute didn't bring. So my computer's getting quite full. And also, I'm now only sort of 2 weeks away from when I need to have my next vlog edited by, which is a lot shorter than I normally have. So I need to work my way through it. And on top of that, I have loads and loads of stuff on my phone. Usually I clear out my phone probably about once a week. And it's now been, I think, a month since I last cleared it out. And it's got busy. I mean, probably still nothing compared to most normal people, but by my standards, it's overwhelming. And I've just discovered that I have a USB plug in my room that isn't the one I use. Because the one I use, the head, I think I've spoken about this, the head itself is just, I think, broken or old, very old. And so it often takes a long time to charge, whereas I can plug my cord into this USB port I found. And at the moment I'm on 25% and it says it's gonna take 2 hours to charge, which is awesome because sometimes I'm on 85% and it says 2 hours. So I'm just gonna give it some juice before I then start transferring stuff over to my computer. but I've just finished editing a video, so I'm just gonna check it now. And well, it's almost 5 o'clock already, so I don't fully know what the plans are. I know we're going shopping tonight, I think. And my sister just told me that apparently we're also going out for ice cream after, which I'm not against, but I don't know what time shopping is happening. I presume it'll be around 6, but I don't know. And I think my sister also wants to watch some more Stitch, which we have been working our way through since COVID. So I'm just gonna do this, and then I think I'll go and speak to her. That's not from her. But I just wanted to give you a quick update because I was at the desk anyway and my camera was right here, so I thought, why not? I've sorted through my jewellery as well. My sister has had a look, so she's taken some stuff, which is amazing. I may have spoken about this already because I think I said it wasn't as much as I would have liked her to take, but I'll take it. And I think I've also now logged everything into wearing except a couple of items of clothing. I just did this one this morning. And I've sorted my jewellery in terms of stuff I'm taking back and stuff I'm leaving here, which also just sort of feels better for me. I'm gonna leave these earrings here because I really don't wear them that often and they don't really match with a lot of what I'm wearing, but actually I think they match quite well with this dress. This dress is a very odd dress. It's another one that I've left here. Great for the beach, great for 30+ degree weather. Wouldn't wear it much aside from that, I don't think, but very easy lounge wear, I would almost say. All right, that's all for now. I'll see you whenever I see you next. Bye. Hello! As you can see, I ended up doing quite a bit of drawing today, and this is a colouring book that I got many years ago from my grandparents, and I just pick at every so often, and it's just really satisfying and relaxing, and I love doing it. Other key things I've done today is go for a run, which was needed, and wash my hair, which was also needed. We are now sort of 1.5 hours away from Hug starting again, and this is our last lot of 4 days of being switched off from the world, unable to do stuff. Well, that's not true, but whatever. I don't want to paint Judaism in a negative light. I love Judaism, but this month is just very intense and we are now right at the end of it. And personally, the thing I'm most looking forward to about this month ending is no longer having to eat challah with honey. We have a lot of symbolism in Judaism. So on the Jewish New Year, you tend to have apple and honey I think it's to represent, the apple is round to represent the year and the honey is for a sweet new year. But then the tradition, and it's not, I don't think it's compulsory, but I think a lot of people have the tradition of having their challah instead of with salt, which is what you usually do for Shabbat, but the whole month you have challah with honey instead. There's a lot of birds flying past my window and a lot of people love it. And I do really like honey usually on its own, but I just really like challah with salt. Although don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge salt eater either, but I am definitely looking forward to having challah with salt instead of honey. I feel like I still haven't fully been able to catch up on everything I want to catch up, and I think that will only happen sort of from Tuesday onwards because I've got plans on Sunday, I've got plans on Monday, and then after that I've got a mostly empty week. So hopefully I'll be able to get some stuff done then. I feel like my time here is flying though. Like I've only got just over 2 weeks left, which is not long. In fact, I'm probably about halfway now, which is crazy. It does not feel like I'm over halfway or at the halfway mark. I'm not looking forward to going back. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my life in London. I just really miss my family. And there's something I've got planned in my last week that I'm here that is making me nervous. I sort of alluded to it, I think a couple of weeks ago or a couple of vlogs ago, I don't know. And I won't talk about it unless it's good. And again, it's not to do with my career or anything like that. It's just something that is very much on my mind and is kind of marring my time here, unfortunately, because it is stressing me out, which is a shame. But it's not taking away from all the other lovely things about being here. And especially not if it results in something good. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I've got, just over an hour until I need to go back downstairs to like prep the last minute things. And my camera is running low, so I'm gonna charge it. And I've still got so many videos I want to make, and that's before the end of year videos start coming in, so, and I'm not sure if we're gonna get to do a series this year for the first time ever on my channel. Obviously I did have 2 months of straight vlogs, or straight videos actually, but that doesn't feel the same because it didn't have a name, it didn't have an intention behind it. But like November's next week, which is also crazy, and I still have too much stuff to upload that I don't feel I can do November nonsense for the whole month. Maybe I could do like a I do like what Sam did, which is one of the first years I think she did Vlogmas. She just did like one every 3 days, I think. So maybe I could do like November nonsense for every Sunday in November or something like that. Or otherwise I'll do 12 days of Vlogmas, but just incorporate my end of year stuff into it. And one year, now that I'm more open about my Judaism, I would really like to do Vlognica, which is what Hannah does, Hannah Witten. I talk about these people like I know them personally, but anyway, parasocial relationships, yay! But it's sort of the equivalent of Vlogmas, but it's just for the 8 days of Hanukkah. And I would like to do it one year, but this year, Hanukkah falls, it starts on Christmas Eve, or Christmas Day even, I can't remember, and goes past into the new year, which is too far away for me. For me to want to do Vlognica, but maybe that can be a next year thing. Anyway, lots of thoughts and camera dying, so goodbye. I will see you on after these next few days. Hello. We have things to catch up on, and every time I want to talk to you, things happen. Things just happen. I have been so surprisingly busy. I don't even know like when the last time was that I did speak to you and when I should sort of carry on from, but I think I'm just gonna go from Sunday, and if I've missed anything, I've missed it. I mean, I probably didn't speak to you on Shabbat or the Chagim. Yeah, it was all Chag again. Oh, actually, yeah, let me backtrack a little bit. Wednesday night, we had a final set of Chag, and I think that's when I last spoke to you. And it was Wednesday night into Thursday, into Friday, and then Shabbat. And then Saturday night, we were done. That was it. So on Thursday, one of my friends had invited me for like a get together with a few other friends, but she timed it around the same time as when I would want to be in shul, which is synagogue. And so I said, I'll come for an hour, and then I really do have to go. I think I ended up staying closer to an hour and a half, but I had a scooter, so I was just like going as quick as I could on this scooter. But as a result, I made it home just in time, and I got there literally as my parents were leaving to walk to shul. So I was like, let me drop off the scooter and then I'll join. And the problem with the scooter, it's not an electric scooter because you can't use that on Shabbat or Chag. It's like a kid scooter and it's quite low. So first of all, I was like leaning down and my shoulder blades were very sore the next day. But also it's quite an old, slightly broken scooter, so the handle kept twisting, so you'd be angled like this to go straight, and I kept having to fix it, which slowed me down as well, obviously. And the brake wasn't working properly, which was terrifying because Australia's reasonably hilly, so on those downhills I was like, I am going to crash and burn. But I survived and it worked and it was all good in the end. And I was just glad I found my friend, because I was like, if I don't find her, if she's not in the one place I expect her to be, I don't stand a chance. But it was all good. It was really, really lovely. I actually wish I could have stayed longer, which I wasn't expecting. I'm not the most social person, and I can find social interactions and occasions quite intense. And so when I went, I was like, oh, I'm kind of glad that I have an excuse to leave after an hour. But when I got there, that's why I ended up staying longer, because I was enjoying it so much. I was like, actually, I don't really want to leave. And some of the people there were people I hadn't seen in, 5 or 6 years. So it was so nice seeing them all. So that was good. Then we went to shul, and then that was Thursday. We got home really late. And then I can't remember what we did Friday. I think we were pretty chill. And then I had some friends round on Friday night. And that was also so nice. Sorry, by the way, if I'm squinting, there's like a glare outside. It's not like sunny, but just a glare. And then after the meal, we played some games with a number of us. There were quite a lot of us actually playing, and it was so much fun. So that was really great as well, but again, a really late night. And then I can't remember what we did on Shabbat. I think it was another chill day, reasonably. And then Sunday. Sunday was busy. Really, really lovely though. We went into the city and I think we just walked around. Like, I don't remember doing very much. Yeah, I think we mostly just walked around and sort of took our time and went into different shops, into a bookstore, which was amazing, and a number of other places. Like, we just dipped in and out of shops. And then we came home, and then we picked up my sister from work and went straight on to an outlet shop to buy some sports gear for me and potentially for her, but I was going with the intention. They told me about this shop just before or just after I started running. I can't remember. My sister found this outlet store where you could get pretty good sports gear for really cheap. if you bought the sale items, but the sale items were like, there was a decent selection and also size range in the sale selection. So we went and I tried on so many things. It was driving me mad because I was just like, nothing was quite right. But in the end, I've come home with 4 items that I want to show you because I love them. And what's really incredible is like, these are like proper sports gear stuff, and the prices of them were not far off from like Primark leggings, which to me is wild. So to begin with, I got 2 tops, which are the exact same top, but just in different colors. And my sister very kindly pointed out that they were the Ariel colors, which I actually quite like. So they're both sort of sleeveless, very light material. I really like the purple one, to be honest, but I also really like the green one. And let's have a look at the price. So it was meant to be $40 and this was down to 20. Although interestingly, oh no, that one was also down to 20. On this one, it's got 25 and then it dropped down again to $20, which is £10. £10 for each of these tops. And then I got 2 leggings. I kind of didn't know. I knew I wanted 1 pair of full length leggings, and then I probably was like either a 3/4 length or another long pair. But my main goal is pockets. And the first few pairs I tried on were full length with pockets, but just slightly wrong colors. So then we went back to the drawing board and then I found some 3/4 length ones, but the 3/4 length ones is not actually apparently what I was looking for. The 3/4 length ones go to just past the knee, and what I was looking for were the 7/8 lengths. So I went back out and then I found a couple of pairs and then they didn't have pockets, so then I had to go back out. Anyway, it was a lot of backwards and forwards, and I think it was literally the final 2 pairs that I tried on that I ended up buying because they genuinely were perfect. So this one was the 7/8 long, so I love the color obviously, and they've got so many pockets. Like, they've got pockets on both sides and I think a pocket at the back, or in the back. Incredible. Also $20, £10. Yeah, so that one's a 7/8, which is what I wanted. And then again, I just love the color. This is the full length one. It's slightly darker, I don't know if you can see, than the other one. This one's slightly more green and this one's slightly more blue. It's a gorgeous color. It's a color I just adore. And it's full length. And again, it has 2 pockets, I think, plus an extra one at the back. Yeah, like a little one for a key or something. Oh, it's actually not that little. It's like reasonably sized. And every single one of these was $20. Like, that's just crazy to me. So I feel like in a way I've bought more than I needed. Like, I probably didn't need 2 more tops and 2 more leggings. But the truth is, the leggings that I've currently been using for running are also my day-to-day leggings, and I would rather have, like, you know, keep those for my day-to-day and have my running leggings. And also with the tops, like, it means I don't have to rewear them and let them air out. I can just throw them in the laundry and wear a new one. And I feel like it's going to be helpful for encouraging me to run more, because I've done very little running since I've been here. But again, that's just because I'm so busy and because it's been warm some of the days. So that was Sunday. And then I got home and I had this whole list of things I wanted to do, including filming a vlog, including filming Dear Hopefuls, including filming my birthday video, which I've now just done, and a couple of other things I think I had to do, like Duolingo, and I had to do my tasks for Taskmaster. Like, there was a list of things I wanted to get done. And I was quite tired, like, we'd had a long day. And I start filming my Dear Hopefuls video, and I first get a call from my mum who's asking me if I want to go shopping with her, and I was like, actually, I think I'm a bit done. I didn't respond like that. I was very sort of gracious, I think. And then again, during the Dear Hopefuls video, my brother called, like, while I was still trying to film this video, to say, is there any chance you could come into work? I've not gone into work since I've been back here. I have offered it. I have said, you know, when I'm available, I'm very happy to do it. But it was so unexpected. And it was already like, I think 6:30, 7-ish, or like already kind of peak time. I don't know, I suppose, I don't know. But I was like, I'm not going to say no to that. I'm not going to say no to that. So I immediately finished recording my Dear Hopefuls video, called my mum to ask if she'd already left to go shopping, and she hadn't. So I was like, can you give me a lift? And very kindly she could, and she did. And so I literally like went to work as quickly as possible. And I walked in and the manager was like, can you do this? And I was like, I've not done it in quite a while, but I'm happy to give it a go. And I picked it up immediately. Like, there was no it was totally muscle memory. So I actually really enjoyed it. I was like, it was only very short. Like, I think it was only an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. But I enjoyed being back there. I really enjoy working. And yeah, it was a busy day. And when I got home then, I was like, I still have a list of things I need to get done. Obviously some of the things I've postponed to today, but like, there were a lot of things. So that was Sunday. And then yesterday, one of my friends had made plans with me and she said, what do you want to do? Or do you mind if I organize it? And I said, you organize it. Like, I am totally cool doing just about whatever. And on Sunday night, I was like, can you at least let me know like what I need to wear, what I need to prepare, what time I need to be ready? Like, just give me basic information. I understand that you want to keep it a surprise, but like, just give me some information. And the main giveaway was that she'd said bring swimwear. So I was like, we're going to a beach at least. And what I thought she was going to do was bring us to lots of different beaches and like do that. But that's not what happened. We got to the beach, she drove us there, and she stops the car and opens the boot and says, how do you feel about kayaking? And she had one of those big blow up kayaks. And I was like, this is fantastic. It was so unexpected. It was not something I would have guessed at all. And I was like, yep, let's go for it. That being said, if I had known we were going kayaking, I definitely would have worn different clothes and brought more stuff. And there would have been things I would have done differently because it was quite a windy day. It was sunny, but very windy. So the wind was cold. But anyway, we blow up this kayak and we venture out to sea and the wind is totally drifting us over and we're doing a pretty rubbish job, to be honest. But we're having fun. We're having loads of fun. And so at some point my friend jumps out of the kayak and is like, Raquel, you stay there. I'm going to pull us to shore. And as she was pulling us to shore, she discovered that it was very rocky where we were. And so she was like, oh, this was a bad idea. So we carried the kayak all the way back beyond sort of where we came, because again, we knew that it would drift us one way. And once again, we go for a kayak and we were like aiming for a buoy in the distance and we made it, which was like unexpected. And then my friend had brought her phone out and she was like, I want to film us touching that pole, can we get back there? But at this point now we have gone the wrong way, away from the buoy. So we're fighting to get back to the buoy. And again, she says, oh, I didn't get a chance to film it, I've missed it. So at that point I said, right, I'll do the kayaking, you just film it. Just make sure you get it on camera. So there I am on my own, fighting against the current. We make it to the buoy, which I was genuinely shocked that I had the power to do that. She films it, we come round and she goes, oh, I think it stopped halfway. I was like, oh my gosh. She was like, Raquel, why don't you film it and I'll kayak us? So I grab the camera, we film it, we've got it, perfect, yay. And then we were like, oh, we're like lazily drifting away while we're trying to figure out the camera and whatnot. And then I sort of noticed that we were naturally being drifted towards the shore anyway. So I said, actually, like, we don't need to kayak now, we can just enjoy the waves because it was quite wavy and like, just la la la, you know? And I was in the front of the kayak and she said, Raquel, you could even turn around and like we can face inwards to each other. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? We're not doing anything anyway. So I turned inwards and it was clear that like it wasn't as comfortable, but it was nice. It was nice to face her and have a conversation. And again, I think we took a couple more pictures or videos or whatever. And we're just la la la. And then suddenly the waves start to pick up and we're like, oh, this is getting heavier. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a big wave comes and totally capsizes us, which was not ideal. By this point, at least, we got used to the water. Like when we first walked in, the water was freezing. But by this point, we got so splashed around and whatnot that like falling into the water wasn't the worst. Where I fell, it was really deep. So I was like, oh, I can't stand. But then the next wave pushed us, you know, back into those rocks. So I am now well and truly covered with cuts and bruises, as is my friend. And we were trying to save the phone. We were trying to save my friend's hat. We were trying to save my sunglasses, we were trying to save the paddles, and we were trying to save the kayak, as well as ourselves. All the while trying to navigate rocks, but when it wasn't rocky, not being able to stand. And in Australia, where, you know, there's jellyfish and sharks and all that jazz. Not that I think we were close enough to the water to the shore to not have to worry about sharks, but jellyfish was a very real possibility. But we managed to get the hat, we managed to get everything eventually, and then at that point I grabbed the kayak and we're both sort of hanging onto it, because it obviously gives buoyancy so we could stay up. And then at one point I was like, right, on the count of 3 we need to try and flip this over and get back in there, or at least drop our stuff in there. Because again, we were getting like thrown around by the waves and crashing into these rocks and like really, really sore. And obviously expelling a lot of energy trying to stay above water and hold on to all the things. So on the count of 3, we flipped over the thing and we dropped all our stuff in. And at that point, my friend realizes she has let go of her phone and it has just ended up somewhere in the water. So at first we're like trying to swim, but again, there's still these waves, there's still like the kayak to be aware of, and there's lots going on. And I said, why don't we just get back in the kayak? And then from there, because neither of us had goggles, so being in the water didn't actually make a difference. So I said, why don't we just get back in the kayak so that we don't, you know, end up absolutely exhausted and battered or bruised or with broken, you know, legs or whatever. And we'll just like kayak around the area. So that's exactly what we did. We got in the kayak, did a lot of searching and like paddling around to try and find it, and then eventually slowly drifted to shore, kind of hoping that the waves would bring us in the same direction as they would have brought the Ziploc bag. But alas, no phone to be found, which is a real shame. And the biggest problem was that that bag also had the key that we needed, that where we'd kept all our stuff. Anyway, we get out of the water, we, I think, find someone to like ask for help. We bring the kayak back to like where we had our stuff. And at this point we are tired, we are bruised, battered, and freezing. We are so cold because we are totally drenched head to toe. And it was just the wind. Like if there hadn't been wind, we would have been fine. But there was wind and it was very cold. So we walk back and eventually we just sit and wait for someone to come and help us get our stuff. And that wait was probably about half an hour to 40 minutes. And as I was walking, I could see that the bottom of my foot was like quite bloody, and I could see that there was skin that was open. And I don't like looking at that or anything like that. And I was like, that's not good. And I'm walking on the sand, which must be making it worse. And then once we sat down and were waiting, I could feel it really starting to sting. And I was like, oh my gosh, like there was nothing I could do at that point to clean it or anything. So we just waited, and then eventually we could get our stuff and we could get a first aid kit, and we sort of cleaned my foot. Actually, before that, my friend tried to like carry seawater to just rinse my foot. And to be honest, she did a reasonable job considering the circumstances. But we cleaned it up, plastered it up, got ourselves sort of organized, brought everything back to the car, came back to the beach to have another look just in case the phone showed up by some miracle. Unfortunately, it did not. And then we came to my house. I think we sort of had another like first aid moment where we were just like patching up all our cuts and bruises because we had quite a number between us. I think my friend cleaned my foot cut again and plastered it up again. And then we went to a park and just had some lunch there at like 4:30. So it was all really nice, obviously, except the phone being lost. Like that's a real shame. But aside from that, I had a lovely day. And then she left, and not long after that, I went somewhere to meet my other friend, a different friend. And this is a friend who I've also not seen in about 6 years, and who has since been in the process of transitioning. So it was so nice to see them as, you know, this new them, a them that's like a lot more comfortable in their skin. And so we chatted, we got some ice cream, it was really lovely, and just so nice to catch up, so nice to see them. And then I came home and we had supper, and my mum had another look at my foot and said, actually I had a shower. Finally at that point I could have a shower because my hair was all like gross from the sea and everything was covered in like salt and sand, and I just wanted to rinse everything. But after my shower, my mum had another look at my foot and she said, actually your friend did a very good job, but she did just patch it up even more. And then we watched some Big Bang Theory, and then I went to bed. And today now I'm going on a road trip with my brother. He'll be picking me up in about an hour. I woke up earlier than I had set the alarm for, which kind of has worked well because it's meant I've been able to film a few videos. And I'm hoping now, once I film this, that I can watch 1 or 2 episodes with my friend in England, because we've both been so busy the last like week that we've not had any chance to watch anything. So that should all be nice. And then I'm sure I'll get some clips and stuff of today's road trip, hopefully. Although I don't know where we're going, so we'll see. And then tonight we are doing a family barbecue because it's my grandfather's birthday, but he passed away a number of years ago. So every year they do a barbecue in his memory. Obviously I will not be participating, but I will be there, and it'll be nice to be with all of us. And my brother has moved out. I think I mentioned last year when I was here about how that was one of the things I was worried about, like knowing that the next time I came my brother will have moved out. He has, and I've not seen his new place yet, and we're doing it at his place, so I'm so excited to see it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then that's it. I feel like I've got more plans coming up, but I feel like I've chatted to you for quite a while, 25 minutes in fact. So we'll leave it here, and I'm sure I'll give you another update at some point. But that's all for now. Thank you for listening to me, and I will see you soon. Bye. Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
This way you can see its face. Oh, it hid now, it got scared. But it just popped up. This is so cool.